Hi, welcome to This is English. My name's Rich. We're going to look at something which is a classic thing that people get confused about all the time, and it's the difference between will and going to. Now, I'm sure that you've tried to study this one before and your teachers have got lots of theories about will is with this situation and going to as in these situations. Now, your teachers, I'm sure they're correct, but one thing I want to tell you is, yes, there are some situations where it's common to use it with will or going to. However, because English is a crazy language which has been developed by crazy people over the years, it's not completely true to use them always in the same way. So if you're watching TV and you hear one of these phrases used different to what I say or what your teachers say, it's not our fault, don't kill us, it's just because of English language being a bit versatile and flexible. But let's quickly look at the differences, starting with will. Now, if it's an instant decision where you don't really think, it's more common to use will. For example, somebody knocks on the door. You could say, I'll answer the door. There's not much thinking time required. It's an instant decision. Secondly, if you're making a prediction without really thinking about it, you're watching football, for example. Your friend says, who do you think will win? You'd say, I think Leeds will win. It's probably a bad example in that case. Finally, if you're making a plan and you've got an intention. For example, tonight, I'll have pizza for dinner. It's a plan that you've got. You've not really thought about it. You're just thinking about it now, just quickly. So really, will are for things where the brain is not thinking for a long time. There's not much thought going on. It's quite instant. Going to, slightly different. This is where you've thought about it for longer. Maybe you've got tickets for an event. You know 100% that you'll be attending this event. Or it could be tickets for a holiday. For example, I'm going on holiday next week. I'm going to go on holiday next week. It's the same idea. You've thought about it. You're not saying it instantly. Second one with going to is when you've got a reason to believe that something is going to happen. You've got some evidence. Now, you go outside. In London, of course, this always happens. You look at the sky and you see that the clouds are dark. You think to yourself, it's going to rain. This is because you've got evidence. You're not just guessing. It's not a prediction that you're making. You're fairly confident that this will happen. So just to quickly think about those two differences, will is generally used when you're not thinking for a long time. Going to is used when you've thought about it and it's more fixed. Or you've got some reason or evidence to believe that something will happen. Now, I'm English and it's quite common for people, especially in my region in the north of England, to use the word off. Now, it's a little bit informal. However, it's quite common. So for example, after I'm finished teaching today, I'm off home. It's not something that I necessarily recommend that you would say in an academic exam, but it's quite acceptable to say off instead of going to. It's a little bit more informal, but it's good. If you've got any questions or you'd like more information, why not download the link and do the exercises. We hope that's been helpful and we'll see you next time on This is English.